Hello and welcome to Beyond Boundaries. Today I am joined by Marcin Kurczab. Marcin, hello.
Hello everyone.
Marcin, you are the innovation and, I believe, the recent AI lead or the head of these functions in the business. But maybe I could just start with PZU. PZU is one of the largest central financial institutions and insurers around, if I'm right in saying, right? Polish-based, based out of Warsaw?
Yeah, you're totally right. PZU's position is quite unique in terms of European insurance market. We are a market leader both in non-life insurance as well as life insurance. In both categories, we have more than 30% market share. And since the population of Poland is quite big, almost 40 million customers, that make us a really huge company with a lot of processes, millions of customers, and quite a big amount of business here in Poland. I would say that 92% is allocated in Poland. Nevertheless, we also have some abroad operations in Baltic states. So Lithuania, Estonia, for example, that are our operations. The majority of the business is located in Poland, as you noticed. We are a stock-listed company, and also our main investor is like our government, yes, state-owned company.
Yep. Love it. Thanks. And we've been working together for a while now, and I think what I would say is, and maybe surprisingly, maybe not surprisingly, I genuinely believe you are one of the most forward-thinking, innovative organizations we've ever worked with, right? And bearing in mind, we work with some of the largest insurance companies, probably most of the largest insurance companies around the world. PZU always impresses me, and that's what I want to get into today, okay? Tell me now, you've been with the business nearly a decade, is that right? For such a young man, Marcin, look at this.
Yeah, that's right. I joined PZU something like 12 years ago as intern here at PZU. Yeah, over a decade, 12 years ago. Started at strategy department, and I had occasion to cooperate very closely with top executives at PZU and board members. That enabled me to have an overview of the company, to know what we are good at and where are we struggling with our business. And after 5 years of working at strategy department, I had a promotion. I've been promoted to innovation lab leader at PZU. And my task was to establish this entity and to make it like a run daily business, cooperate with our business units and deliver value for PZU. And luckily, after 7-8 years from that time, I can say that we are quite good at what we are doing. Of course, always aiming higher, and it could be better, but yeah, pretty much happy with what we achieved already.
I think you should be incredibly proud. Let's explore some of that. So 7 years of having an innovation lab, even that is by relative standards, that's an early stage to get into innovation. What was the driving force behind that? So I appreciate your role coming from strategy into innovation. Where did the concept of having an innovation lab start within PZU?
Yeah.
And maybe what did it look like? What was the shape of it in the beginning?
Yeah, so since we are a market leader, one of our main ambition is to stay competitive in the changing environment and to have this #1 position forever. We dream that we want to achieve it. And one of the factors that we decided to establish Innovation Lab was the InsurTech wave revolution that came, I believe, something like 2016, 2017, something like that. And our board members wanted to have a group of people inside PZU to better understand what InsurTech are and what insurtechs are and how we can cooperate with them. And in order to that, we decided to establish Innovation Lab. From day one, our mission was to generate new ideas, test them, and implement at PZU. And from the very beginning, we were very value-oriented, results-driven team. So our key focus is on delivering business value rather than having sexy, nicely looking innovations inside PZU. This is our mantra, and we are aiming to have this component of business value very much. And of course, at the very beginning, not everything was doing well. Like we had to learn what a startup ecosystem is, how to cooperate with partners, how to recruit and train people to have a good team to deliver the results. But after a few quarters, I think that we pretty much understood what we are doing, and our approach is that we scout a lot. Like we are strongly present at InsurTech supermarket, fintech supermarket, and we pick the best ideas, best solutions, test them, and implement together with business. I can elaborate further on that, but highly speaking, yeah, we are very result-oriented team, and I think that if you want to have innovation lab that will be lasting for more than 2-3 years, you have to be very money-driven, result-oriented.
Sure.
Entity.
Loads to pick into that. So tell me from. So I appreciate every quarter the evolution occurred, and I'm sure that continues, right? Because we work in the world of innovation. We have to constantly update and innovate ourselves, otherwise we become irrelevant. And it's true for our internal operations as well as what we're putting out to our customers. And for you, looking back 7 years to the lab today, how different a shape is it? How much, obviously you have an incredible team who we love working with, of course, embedded in there. So the talents there, the structure, the frameworks, from you say scouting through to just the sheer volume of POCs that you've run through, as well as scaled, which I really want to get into, and I think that's somewhat of a unique position. How different does the lab 7 years ago look like when you look at it the lab today? Is it very different, or is it you can still see the same shape and thinking?
Yeah, so it's pretty much the same, and in the same time it's different. Like it's the same in terms of the general goal that we have, and this goal is as simple as it may sound, like make our business better thanks to new technologies and startups. Like the mission stays the same. What changed is the level of proficiency that we have inside our team, like a lot of lessons learned, things that we want to avoid, not do them, to better run the projects. I think that we have a much better understanding of strengths and weaknesses of the ecosystem, because as every ecosystem, it is not only the positive sides, but there are also some dark sides of it. Definitely better understanding of how to make the change management of innovation implementation. Like this is, of course, a technology-oriented process, but as well you have this human factor component, and you have to be very precise in what you're doing and take it into consideration in your project, because at the end of the day I saw a lot of great projects with great technologies, but forgetting about the change management human factor, and they were like failing. So you have to take into consideration that it is like a very complex picture, and also have in mind that not every project will be a successful project. Like our view in terms of innovation lab, innovation pipeline, is that you have to have this portfolio overview. So the same as in VC activities, you will probably not be a successful VC if you invest everything into one or two pockets. You have to have this kind of diversification and invest in a lot of tickets, but be very fast in verifying your hypotheses and picking the best tickets to implement them. So this is exactly how we operate. And above that, what changed in terms of the 7 years journey is that the regulatory and technology landscape is far more complex and complicated. So 7 years ago, probably, the amount of work that we will put in some regulatory law activities would be like 10% of the project timeline. And right now it's more like 30%, or in some cases even more, because of the advancements of regulations.
No, a whole, you're right in calling out, right? We have matured as a market. We mature as businesses operating these functions as people, as humans within these companies, and then our needs change, right? As both our customers are driving change, regulations around us are constantly evolving, and so fully appreciate and understand that. Let's take a journey, right? So we're looking at we're bringing innovation into for the betterment, for the improvement of the business. Totally get that, right? And very value driven kind of choices that you're making in a portfolio sense. Where are you, and how are you capturing the needs of the business? Because it's not a lab in isolation, right? It's a lab that's at the beating heart of the PZU operation. And I read about, and I don't know anything, and I know we spent time together, and I've wanted to ask you this in the past. I've read about the business tours, and I don't know if that's something of the past or you guys still do this, but how do you go about capturing, centralizing, and scouting against requirements and needs of the business?
So thank you for that question. In my opinion, a lot of innovation entities struggle because they concentrate, their efforts on new technology rather than business problems, and this is why. At PZU, we put a lot of effort to better understand what are our problems, what are our challenges, what are our dreams. So every year we do this business tour, as you mentioned, inside our company. We meet with key stakeholders representing different business units, but also other departments like marketing, law department, etc. And we ask them in a very informal way. It's not very corpo-oriented process. It's quite informal in that matter. What are their key challenges and wishes and dreams, and based on that meetings and time we spent together, we end with the list of more than 200 different inside challenges inside PZU. And of course, not every challenge is like a challenge to be addressed by my team, because people are very, talkative during these meetings, and sometimes they also share their, challenges that maybe innovation is not the best, tool to address them, but. Based on this 200 needs, I would say that half of them, around 100, is fitting our toolkit and our agenda. And based on that, we can scout in the startup ecosystem for better projects. Yeah, so we treat it as a shopping list to enter the startup supermarket and to know what we are looking for and what kind of startup ingredients are not welcomed at PZU at this moment. Yeah, so. We try to use it.
Do you prioritize that list? Is there some scoring mechanics that say actually this is the top? Let's go after these guys first.
Yes, we of course we prioritize it. What we are looking at is especially the needs that can bring like a substantial change in our P&L and the key KPIs. So. The bigger business unit, the higher amount of operations, reflecting the business need, the higher probability that it will be on our priority top list. And this is also divided into two groups. Like this 100 challenges, it's impossible for my 10 people team to do them overnight. So we divide them into two groups. Like one group is the group needs that we actively work on, and the other group is the needs that we just have on our watch list. And if we see anything interesting in the ecosystem, we just connect the business and run some project. Yeah.
Love it. And then the scouting you referenced earlier. So you now understand the needs. You've got the list of 100, some in, some out, focus areas prioritized. In terms of scouting, I mean, I know the answer to this, right? Because we work with you, but where are you going after these startups, right? Is it domestically? Is it locally? Is it across Europe? Is it across the world? Where does the preference lie? What's important to you when you're identifying the right partner?
Yeah, so our approach is in two words. I can describe our approach as open architecture. Yeah, so we never say never to any startup, to any partner. We cooperate with quite a substantial number of partners, formally and informally. And we are looking, of course, in the first step on our domestic Polish market, but it would be a mistake to be only present here. So we are very active also on European markets and outside Europe. Nevertheless, what we are doing is that if we see that on our local market or European market there are partners that are fitting our needs, we don't look for the startups that are very far from our country, because it's mainly because of the local regulations and the local specifics. So ceteris paribus, if you have a partner here, you don't look outside, but if you don't have good partner here, of course we are open to make projects also with abroad startups outside Europe. Up until now, we've already have cooperation with more than 12 startups outside Poland, maybe 12 countries, sorry, more than 12 startups, 12 countries, sure. Including US, UK, some Scandinavian countries like Denmark, Sweden, but also some more, maybe less countries that you would expect, like Kazakhstan, for example. Yeah, so we're also present there.
My boy is, I have a 7-year-old boy, and this morning we were playing. He's got a flag game, so you have to recognize the flags. And Kazakhstan was the flag. In fact, I got the Polish flag and the Monaco flag correct, which is like just. And the Kazakhstan flag I got wrong this morning. So I got told off by a 7-year-old. It happens, right, when they're already smarter than you. So good for him.
And maybe also answering the second part of your question about our process toolkit of scouting. So it's the same. Like this is also open architecture. We have a dedicated research team inside our company that they are making desk research. They know the partners, the startups, all the databases. We cooperate with trusted partners like Sønr, and we are very happy with that cooperation, but also some guys like VCs, universities. We are a partner of 2 accelerator programs in Poland, so they scout for us on this early stage startup stage. And of course, we are present on some conferences, both in Poland, outside Poland. So this is that is our hybrid approach, open architecture approach in terms of scouting for ideas.
And then bringing, so assessing and then also validating those ideas. So I remember seeing, I think it was a report maybe earlier this year, maybe at the end of last. There were some great numbers that you were publishing, almost like the funnel of opportunity that you've worked through over the years. In terms of assessing businesses, bringing them in to validate through whether it's POC or other. Walk me through that. And also, I'm really interested in something you said earlier, relevant to that, around almost your knowledge that things will not work out, right? There will be failure in a positive. We're getting a step closer to the successes. I'd love to know the process, but do you have a sense of actually out of 100% of everything that we take into POC, we expect 60, 20, 30, whatever it is, to move to the next stage? I'd be really keen to hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah, so at PZU, we treat failure as a part of the game, not, as something which is bad. Nevertheless, of course, if you fail 10 times, 20 times in a row, it would be a sign that something is not working well. So, of course, we are open to failure, but not very often, let's say. If you fail, it's very important to have lessons learned and to analyze what went wrong and not to make mistakes in the future if they are combined with your way of working, of course. But generally speaking, at PZU, we have a mindset rule that we can fail almost in 2/3 of our projects. So we have a mandate from our innovation committee that 60% of our projects could be a failure, and that gives us a comfort of scouting and running projects that are more aggressive, more risky, because we have this umbrella that is helping us. And in reality, it's more like 40% of our projects are failures. So on a high level basis, every year, as I said, we scout and analyze nearly 1,000 ideas, concepts, startups, etc. We pick around 50 projects that are attractive for us. On that stage, we engage with business owners and we mutually analyze these projects in terms of their potential profitability, some costs, triggers, both in terms of how much we have to pay to start up, but also some internal costs regarding integration and all this stuff. We also take into consideration things like our effort to test and to check the solution, because it can vary from the solution to solution, very, very strong. We are doing also some kind of expert analysis of the probability of success, because we see that it may differ a lot depending on what kind of startup you cooperate with. Some early stage startups have 20% success rate in our portfolio. More mature startups with good track record are more like 80% success rate. So it's also having into consideration. And of course, some aspects that you need to analyze before running a pilot project is all this regulation stuff, security stuff. So we are very harsh in that area. There are no compromises in terms of what we are doing with our customer data, etc. So also this stuff is taken into consideration, and some smaller factors, maybe not every of them could be very quantified, but if you are dealing with 40 different business units or business representatives inside PZU, you also know who is more prone to do this project with high engagement, and who is like maybe not so eager to do that. So it's also very important factor in order to have this middle and long term commitment from the business side. And after doing this analysis from the around 50 projects that are shortlisted, we pick around 10 to 12 projects every year to run this pilot projects. So on that stage, we engage with startup, test their technology. Depending on the scale of the project, this test can last like 1-2 months, but it can also last 3 to 4 quarters if it's a bigger project. So it's not like one size fits all. After this pilot project, we usually from this 10 to 12 project implement around 6-7 projects into PZU.
That's a good number.
Yeah, business.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but that's a good number. That's good.
So it's 6-7 projects implemented every year, and from these 6-7 projects, we have usually 1-2 cash cows. So the projects that are delivering very high net present value to PZU and KPI changing metrics, and 4-5 projects that we see that it is worth to have them inside PZU. Nevertheless, they are not like this next rock stars that you show everyone.
And you talked about identifying the right people within the organization who, for mid and long term, who would be supportive, engaging, maybe creative in their thought process, and exploring this stuff. Are you engaging? Are you bringing them in at that pilot stage, and they are sitting with that project, let's say, all the way through?
Yeah. So that's a very good question, and our approach is that we do not do any project without business commitment. Like, we will not start any pilot project without them, even though I would think that it's the most valuable and needed project inside PZU. I will not go into pilot if the business owner would not say that he's fine with starting the project and he believes in that solution. And people from business owner team are engaged and involved in our works from the day 1 or even day 0. So on the pilot stage, we are the one that are leading the activities. Like, we are the driving factor and coordinating all the works. Nevertheless, people from business owner department are engaged and involved. And when we give the like a power, and we change to that business owner in terms of who is heading the project, is the implementation stage. So when we summarize the pilot, business owner is asked if she wants to implement the solution. And if the answer is yes, we assist them in the implementation stage, and they are overtaking the project from our project manager, and they are making on this maintenance of the solution or their side.
Brilliant. I love it. Honestly, Marcin, it's such a mature function. And it all makes incredible sense, and yet I swear it's the minority of businesses that are performing at this level. So congrats to all the work you've done to get here. And I want to quickly touch on. I appreciate the time that I have you for, but I want to quickly touch on artificial intelligence. I kind of alluded at the very beginning when I met you, you were the head of innovation, and now I'm talking to the head of innovation and AI. Tell me a little bit more about the work. So the title evolution, but also the work that you're doing within AI, because again, I think you were pretty early to the party.
Yeah, so at PZU, AI is nothing new. We done a lot of projects, and inside our company we have more than 30 different AI solutions already implemented. So especially in the claim department, it's like a tool that is helping us in daily work. Like it's a very often used technology. In terms of the the title change, it was more like to emphasize the need that we have to be even more proficient in terms of AI, build competences, and also maybe open ourselves more on cloud technologies that are related with AI, and also build these internal capabilities in our IT department. But in terms of openness to this technology, nothing changed. We just wanted to emphasize that it's maybe it's still like innovative, but it's so big that it deserves to be shown as a separate body in the title, in my team. And we also a little bit reorganized in my team. So right now we have two, let's call it teams. One is more specialized in cooperation with startups, and the second team is more specialized in AI and cloud technologies on our internal sandbox, on our internal IT environment. So that was also the one of the factors that we did the change. Yeah, that was the issue.
Interesting, and it's interesting you split the team internally also. And is the half that are focused on AI, are they still working aligned to the same structure? Are they looking at capturing those requirements from across the business, whether on a business tour or else, and then aligning solutions and scouting for those? Is that the same process, but just with an AI focus?
Yeah, I would say that this process is on top of the activities of these two teams. So it's like a research team layer, and we then decide if it's better to go into external solution startup market, or it's better to fit the business need with some ready-made AI cloud solutions functionalities that we have. So it's more like making a choice. What is the most efficient way of addressing the business needs.
Yeah, fully get it. Thank you. Let's wrap up, but with a few questions still, if that's okay. Maybe AI is a good segue to thinking outside of PZU, but of course, I assume you live and breathe the company, and anything you think of is connected back into the business. What are your thoughts around the trends, the technologies, the advancements that we should expect as an industry to see over the next 3 to 5+ years? Is there anything? I mean, AI may be the answer, right? But is there anything that's particularly exciting you, troubling you, concerning you? What's in your mind at the moment for the opportunities or challenges going forward?
Sadly speaking, I will not make any unpopular statement in that area. In my opinion, AI and AI-related technologies are the number one for the upcoming years. because our sector is really well positioned in terms of how we can gain the value from that technology. We are data-oriented, document-oriented sector, and there is a huge potential on the back office, for example, to change the way that we are doing our business. And I'm very bullish about AI technologies, especially computer vision, but also GenAI, voice technologies, and I would bet that in 5 years from now, a lot of activities and departments that are located in insurance company will look totally different. That they are doing their activities right now. Of course, it sometimes takes time because we are a regulated sector. We have our legacy related to a lot of IT systems, etc. Nothing is simple anymore in that world. But I'm very bullish on that AI technology, and maybe the second technology that maybe it's not so innovative, but I think that insurance companies can do even more on that. Is a lot is connected with this self-service hyper-personalization solutions. Yeah, so all the platforms that you can give to your customer to instantly address their needs and the operations that they want to address. It will be also a driving factor in the upcoming years. I think that we've made this fundamental work on our side. Nevertheless, insurance companies can still be more proficient in that area and further, extend what we are doing in that area.
Yeah, love it. Thank you. That's great insight, and I'm with you on the hyper-personalization piece. I believe it was a trend stepping into this 10 years ago, but it's never quite, the industry's never been quite ready for it. But I think now with a combination of AI, data, customer need, I think we're going to see some changes. Marcin, I'm going to wrap up. One last question is maybe a bit of advice, right? We have, there'll be people watching this who are running innovation labs just as yourself, or who've been doing this, also for 10+ years. Equally, there will be those who are just setting up and starting out, or pushing, from strategy into innovation for that first time, just as you were 7 years ago. What's one bit of advice that you would give those others who are focused on innovation, looking to get from A to B within their business a little bit better, a little bit stronger, possibly looking at that external ecosystem? What's a bit of advice that you might give?
Yeah, so I would share with them my 3 key findings that I have from the years that I had the pleasure to run this innovation activities at PZU. So first is team and people. Surprisingly, innovations and innovative projects are not doing themselves. You need a team, and you have to invest in people in order to conduct those projects. And what I mean by conducting those projects is not only, a team of people that can make creative workshops, idealization, etc., and will go to conferences. That is also important, of course, but especially you need people that can execute your vision into action. Yeah, so have people that are eager to change world, to push, even though sometimes in big corporate it's not so easy. If you have a good mindset, good people that have a support, they will be able to make the change. The second thought is related to the strength of ecosystem. So my advice would be to build open architecture of partners that can help you deal with the stuff. And that ecosystem is both internal and external. So you should have the network inside your company to scout for business needs and to know what you are looking for and what you are not looking for, etc. But what is even more important, these external partners that will help you to find the best solutions outside of the hundreds being present on the shelf. Yeah, so that's very important. And last but not least, this VC venture capital mindset that is giving you possibility to fail. My advice would be not to jump into innovation activities with thought that you will do 100% correct choices. Get prepared for that 50-50 is good one. Nevertheless, concentrate on this 50% good results in order to gain value from that basket. Yeah, so as every good VC, take into consideration that you will fail, but from the tickets that will be successful, you have to put as much value as possible and have this, digital champions or this golden tickets that will bring you a lot of money.
Love it. Marcin, it's great. I could talk to you all day, but you've got work to do, no doubt. And likewise, I have to now edit this superb and lovely video. So look, thank you very much for your time. I look forward to catching up wherever it is next that we see each other in the world. But yeah, look, it's a great success that you've created over at PZU. We're proud to be working with you, and I wish you best of luck, and thank you for today.
Yeah, thank you very much, Matt. Thank you for having me, and thank you for supporting our activities.